Morning, everybody.
Oh, when you say everybody, do you mean me? Look at me in my Under Armour tracksuit as though I was out like sliced alone, thumping bits of meat in an abattoir. And I'm not.
You all right?
Yes, very well. Yes. Are you?
Yeah, good. Fully recovered, thanks. All good.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So I want to ask you the question, Nick. What gives you energy?
RedBull.
What gives you sustainable energy?
2 Red Bulls.
What gives you sustainable energy?
What gives me energy? Okay, the answer to that question, and this is going to sound very, very shallow, but the applause of strangers.
Ooh, so how
or the laughter of strangers.
Dealing with not having that right now?
Not well. I think you need to, well, you know anyway, don't you? Because my sister, but I'm one of those people that opens the fridge door, the light comes on, I want to do 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm missing that, as well as the normal social interaction with people, because your friends, I think, give you energy.
Yeah, they do.
But they're not. There are certain relationships that you just walk away from those, don't you? You know, having had a beer or a cup of coffee with somebody or a meal, and you just feel good.
Yeah.
So they're more personal. But generally, I think we all have our thing that gets us going. And for whatever reason, I've stopped questioning it. It is what it is. I just thrive on the applause and laughter of strangers. So that's what gives me energy, and that's what I'm missing.
Right, so it's good for you to know that our videos are being viewed by not quite hundreds of people, but almost hundreds of people. Some of them have been viewed over 300 times already, and so whilst you can't see the people enjoying what we're doing, they are enjoying it. I'm not sure they'll be giving you a round of applause, but I want you to imagine that there are hundreds of people out there, and you don't know them, so they're strangers, so that's good.
Yeah, it's not the same as in the flesh, though, is it?
No, it's not.
It's not, is it? I'm sure it's like being a musician, isn't it? Is that you, like, as a musician, you perform on stage, is different from going into a studio and recording something and being told, yeah, but loads of people are listening to it on a download. Yeah, that's smashing, but it's great to get that interaction from an audience. Anyway, enough of me. As if that was a thing. What about you?
Family dinners were always really interesting because people think I'm quite loud, but at family dinners I wouldn't say a great deal because you hogged the limelight, which is fine. I really don't mind that. It doesn't bother me in the least. But it's quite funny that when people meet me and then meet you, and I'm quite quiet, they're not used to me being quiet. And they go, yes, here's the other one. What about me? So my clients also give me energy, but not because they give me rounds of applause. It's just because it's their creativity and their thinking that gives me energy. That's what gives me energy. And I have been working with a client. We put what we were going to do during the day onto webinar format, and we've just done session 2 this morning.
Yeah.
And I came away feeling energized, and that surprised me because it was virtual and it's imperfect, but I still got energy from their flow of ideas and thinking and creativity. So it's really interesting that it is possible to get deeper connections even when you're not actually together. So my next question to you is, in these times of isolation, how are you getting your energy?
By thinking about my business when things return to normal.
Okay.
And actually, as my wife said to me the other day, was because you run around so which I do all over the planet, as you well know, that this enforced pause has given me time to think. I think it's given everybody time to think, hasn't it? I'm sure there'll be lots of people who probably leave their jobs after this, but equally there'll be people who realize that they really love their job as well.
Yeah.
So for me, it's emphasized how much I love what I do, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it. And it's also made me think, and I'm not just saying this for our viewer, but yesterday I was reading through, and it is your course on the TriCrest website. I was reading through the Thinking Big, Really Big course yesterday, which I'm halfway through because it's huge. I think there are 17 modules to it, or they're not, or something like that.
Biggie.
And what that made me do is made me rethink as to why it is that I got into this training business in the first place. Actually, because I had felt, perhaps after doing it for 12 years, that I was just sort of, plodding's not the right word, but I'd kind of lost sight of why I was doing it in the first place.
Right.
And also because I have got a successful business, is that maybe I thought I hadn't got complacent, but maybe I had.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it's just made me reconsider why it is that I'm doing this, and is it still something that I want to do? And it is, and I can't wait to get back doing it. So that the thought of the future is giving me energy, actually.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm thinking about turning that course into a live webinar course over 8 weeks.
Right.
So that's interesting feedback. I think it might be useful for people coming out of this to have that reassessment then and readjustment of.
Most definitely. I mean, seriously, when did I put this on when I shared the last video that we did. When I shared it, I said, in that, my little introduction to it is, when else are we ever going to get an opportunity to have this much time to think? Because we're all so busy being busy.
It's true. Wonderful. My last question, Nick, where's Pulpo?
Oh, he's here.
Thank you.
He's halfway through this book here, which I plugged already, and I can't.
Oh.
It's just fantastic. The Rational Optimist. So he's halfway through that. We're reading it together.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, and he's been doing some meditation kind of apps as well, and just taking himself to a calm place.
And that helps.
Yeah, yes, yeah. It's difficult because normally he's got, he's very busy because he's got 8 hands to fill, and now he doesn't.
And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. And I'll see you soon.
Yeah, okay. Ta-da.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.